Hey, welcome, you future veterinarian. Yes, I am talking to you, future veterinarian. My name is Alberto Rullan, as you probably know already, and I am extremely excited to have today a great guest. Her name is Fabiola Marrero, and she is a vet student. As you know, my main focus is to help veterinarians accomplish their personal, professional, and financial goals. Of course, we're doing that by helping a million horses. But I came out of school very long time ago, and I do know that there's some challenges that we all go through in order to get into vet school, to go through vet school, and to come and become actual veterinarian. So I wanted someone younger who can give you real time information right now. So I know that for me, when I was in vet school, wanted to go to vet school, no one wanted to tell me what are the steps that I needed to go to vet school. It's not that they didn't want to tell me that one, it's that they didn't know. Yeah. In addition to that, I didn't speak English. So I'm like, okay, can I go to vet school if I don't speak English? That was another hurdle that I had to go. And another hurdle was like the cost. How am I going to pay for this? So I had to figure all these out on myself. And one of the things that I like to do is bring into our audiences what are the challenges and then help them out. Okay, what do we need to do to help the profession? Because the idea is to help veterinarians and help the industry as well. So welcome to our show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, thank you. So first, Fabiola, where are you from and how you got into vet medicine?
Yeah, hi, my name is Fabiola. I'm from Puerto Rico in Las Piedras. I'm a second year at Louisiana State University. I graduated from the University of Puerto Rico at Mayagüez campus with a certification of pre-vet. And since I was a child, like I always wanted to help animals and also people. So I want to raise the voice of the animals and all that, and that's why I want to apply to vet school. And since you said before, it's difficult not have a mentorship going on, and the University of Mayagüez helped me on that, because university around the vet school university around the United States and also a part outside of the United States came to us and give up webinars about the cost, about their prerequisites, and everything that we have to do to get into vet school.
Wow, that's actually very good. You see, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Very good. So you had many universities come to your university,
yeah,
and they tell you this is what you have to do, one, X, Y, and Z in order to become a veterinarian.
Exactly.
Okay, and then you follow the steps that they told you, and very easily you just got into vet school, right?
No, it wasn't easy. So I did a research on the school I was interested in. So in the first year, after the first year, I was wanted to do small animal, but since I get into vet school, I knew that I want to be a mixed animal vet in the future. So I did a research about which school could help me on that, and I followed the step. And also there's a BMCAS application that we have to fill it on.
That's
BMCAS.
BMCAS.
Yes.
You know what that stands for?
Veterinary Medical Association.
Okay.
Yes. And
so
we
you have to take that test before going to vet school?
No, it's not. It's the application.
Okay, the application. Okay,
yeah, and you fill all the documents that all the university require. And also there's some tests like the TOEFL, what's called Casper. So some universities are eliminating that those tests. And in my case, I didn't took any test to get into Louisiana, but you have to research about those universities, which one you have to take the test, and which one depending of your bachelor degree.
And some schools don't require the BMCAS, like the LSU, and so LSU doesn't require the VINCAS. When I was in school,
Yeah, it requires the VMCAS.
It
Like
does.
all schools
do.
require
Okay.
the VMCAS. It depends on the school. Like Ross University have the VMCAS, but also have their own application.
So Ross University is a university that is not in the United States, it's in the Caribbean islands. And it has become in the last several years relatively popular because it takes 3 classes during the
it's
year,
trimester.
right? Yeah. So you were in Puerto Rico, then you did the application via the VINCAS. You did not have to take the TOEFL. I remember I had to take the TOEFL.
Yeah.
And I also had to take the GRE back in the days.
They are eliminated
You don't have to take that. No. Okay, that's great. Now, do you have to have good grades?
Mostly, it depends. You have to like have a good GPA, but the experiences, it's also important, both personal and professional.
Okay, this is very cool. So the experiences they're putting a lot of heavy weight in the experiences and balancing out the kind of people we are meeting in the vet school nowadays. Okay?
Yeah, because some university want to have a diversity and inclusion, like have Latin student, have American student, have other students around the world, and they are looking for not so good grade, but also like have other experiences to help within the development and all that.
Got it. So other schools are probably still looking at heavily high GPAs and the test. So the important thing that I have learned is that depending where you want to go, you want to call them, get on the internet also and say, okay, what are the prerequisites that we need in order to get to vet school?
Exactly. You have to do research. It's really important, the research.
Good. Do you know how many schools there are in the United States?
I think like 27 if
27 in the main island. Then you have the state, the Caribbean ones.
And you have Glasgow, for example, Royal, outside the United States, and are all accredited. Like
all accredited. Okay, got it. So you got into vet school, and what's first year like?
It was difficult because I'm from Puerto Rico, and like it was my first time living alone outside the United States, outside Puerto Rico. So it was a difficult journey, I would say. Like being apart from my family, it was difficult, and also balance the like personal life and also the studies. It's difficult, but like if you balance those things, you can like make through that, and if you have resilience and perseverance, you can like achieve that goal.
I like those words, resilience and perseverance, right? Because you did have to have a lot of resilience to get into vet school, because the first year you apply, what happened?
I didn't get in.
You didn't get in, and most of the vet students actually do not get in the first year. And you know what? I can only think about what's going to happen to you and how important it is in the future as a veterinarian, because you're going to need that resilience for the rest of your career. So you didn't get in, and what did you do?
I get frustrated. It's something like I have to take in mind. I get frustrated like for 1 to 2 months, but I thought like I want to do this for the rest of my life. Like I want to help animals, I want to help the people, and I just keep working and look for other opportunities, like working in shelters, working in clinics, and do some other stuff to like keep my application higher than it was before. So that's what I did.
Did you call the universities and you say, hey, what do I need to do in order to get in?
I get feedback about that. I just email them and I get feedback about personal essay, about any other experience, and they give me feedback, and I did that.
So you actually can follow directions.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. And another thing that you are big into is into mentorship. You like to get mentors and follow someone who's already done it.
Yeah.
That is. Can you tell us a little bit about how important it is to find people that have already done it and learn from them?
Yeah, it's like really important like have a mentorship because you're new, like right? So you're new and you see this figure to follow it, and yeah, you can like learn from him or her. Yeah.
How do you feel is your life now versus when you were in college? What's the difference?
I got a lot of perseverance right now, and right now as an adult and a vet student, I don't take into consideration much of the grades. I think it's really important the grades and have a good GPA and all that, but the important thing is to learn.
Awesome.
It's to learn. Like the grade doesn't matter, and if you learn, you can help.
Yeah.
So
many people don't understand that. So many people don't understand that the important thing is to learn. And doesn't matter what your grade is, as long as you learn the material
and as you pass,
and you can apply it. And of course you have to pass, but
Exactly.
there's something that happens every time you learn something,
Your
is
plan.
that you pass. The learning comes first, and passing the test is gonna come second, and so many people do not get it. So I'm so glad that you get it. That is
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic.
So I think that's the difference. Like
Now you're only a second year,
Second year.
very young. What made you come to a clinic and start practicing already so early in your career?
yeah, right now as you have a new curriculum and they give us this opportunity of having these 2 weeks to work hands-on and apply what we learned. And I wanted to do like mixed animal, but I haven't taken some experience with equine, so that's why I applied this clinic, because I know there's an equine world here and I got a lot of experiences in small animal. And yeah, that's what I
How has been your experience so far?
so far.
Tell the truth.
Like it's been like this Thursday, it's been like four days, and I haven't experienced everything. I imagine like everything. Like I had surgery on the second day, and everyone here is so empathic and it's so, how do I say it?
Awesome.
Familiar. It seemed like a family
Like
here. And I love that, like to be in an environment that I feel comfortable, because I have worked in clinics that I have been so uncomfortable because the environment was tense or something like that. But in here, I don't feel that. In here, I feel like I'm part of the team, and I'm not.
Awesome.
So,
You are. What do you mean you're not? You are part of the team.
well, I'm an intern here, but yeah.
The important thing that we want to relay is that our mission is to help veterinarians, to help vet students reach their personal, professional, and financial goals. That is our mission and vision, and we do anything possible to protect that culture. And that is so important because the industry, as you might have all heard, you probably heard me in my TEDx talk when I talk about it, the industry is in some sort of trouble. And if the vets don't do what you're doing right now, if the students don't do exactly what you're doing right now, you could get into trouble. But because you are so proactive, you're so resilient, you're so awesome, you're gonna do great. You're just gonna do fantastic.
Thank you for that.
So
I appreciate it.
Thank you. If there's anything else that you want to share with our audience on your journey as a veterinary student, something that we haven't covered yet that you think is important?
I think I would say be persistent, be resilient, and keep that goal. Keep that goal that you have in mind, and you will achieve it.
So another question, very important question right now. Tell me about women in the vet industry. Tell me about what's going on. What's going on in your world as a vet student? What do you hear? What's the gossip? I know that you have already seen our clinic here over here, Epic, and at Epic probably half of our team is women. Our bosses are women. So tell me about the woman involvement in the vet industry nowadays. How do you see it from your perspective?
So in the vet med world, we hear like woman. There's a bad perspective or misconception about women in equine world, but we can work on that. It doesn't depend on if you're a woman or a man, because we're vets, and we know, and we can do the hard stuff like men.
So if I hear you correctly, you're telling us that in veterinary medicine, you start hearing maybe that women have a disadvantage in the equine world, but you're telling us that should not be the case.
Exactly.
So let me ask you a question, and we did not practice this. Who did the anesthesia yesterday for the 4 surgeries? Was it a male or was it a woman?
It was a woman.
How many pounds is that woman? How big do you think is that woman?
Maybe 100.
100 weight.
Something like that. Yeah.
So, and how did she do?
She did a really good work.
Right.
I was impressed.
Yeah. So does that start changing the stereotypes about veterinary woman in veterinary medicine, right? Because here you have a 99-pound woman handling, anesthetizing, and handling a 1,500-pound horse, and keeping everything nice and smooth, right? So it's important to know that there's a lot of misconception out there about the industry. That's one of the things that we learn here at Epic and also at Rullan University as well, that we teach you how to actually practice veterinary medicine and not really thinking about the gender, the weight, nothing else matters as long as you practice good veterinary medicine, right?
Good work.
Another misconception that I'm going to tell you, I don't know if you have heard. Have you heard anything about salaries and money? Have you ever heard that veterinarians don't make good money?
In Puerto Rico.
Right? So there's a whole lot of misconception, and I'm glad that you brought that. In Puerto Rico, they say, okay, veterinarians don't make a lot of money.
Exactly.
You know what? The reason veterinarians don't make a lot of money is because they don't want to. It's literally because they don't want to. Because just like you had to relocate to United States, did you know that most billionaires actually have to relocate from their hometown to start their companies? So why would it be different for us than it is for them? We are nothing else than a little business walking around. So if we want to accomplish our personal, professional, and financial goals, there's a high chance that we might have to relocate and find out where the business is and find out where our services are needed. Because there's no sugarcoating it. There's no question about it. Not everywhere we could have the same success. Did you agree?
Yeah.
So sometimes we have to make some drastic changes like the one you did in order to create a sacrifice, right? John Maxwell talks about the law of sacrifice. Sometimes you have to give up to go up. And what you did is you give up your land, your language, your culture to go up and accomplish your goals. And that's something that doesn't stop in 4 years. That's something that you're gonna have to do the rest of your life. But there's a misconception that we think, okay, now I'm graduating vet school, I'm ready. Well, if you keep that mentality about the perseverance, resilience, and sacrifice, there's no end for you. You're just gonna do amazing. The vets that have trouble are the ones that actually cannot make the proper sacrifices and the proper training. That's another thing that we do in Rullan University. We actually train you to have a good business, so you could actually have a good living and have a family.
Exactly.
And have your hobbies.
Exactly.
And have your life.
Yeah.
And
Living
then
the life.
you can be an entrepreneur
While
if you
you
want.
work.
Yes, exactly. You can be an entrepreneur if you want to. You can be an employee if you want to, and still make a good living.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you.